Hello students, welcome back. Today I am Anuradha from DPS Haldwani Lamachor going to start another topic of the same chapter, that is human health and diseases. Right? So students, in this chapter, in the previous session we were discussing about the disease. That's something which is related to the discomfort, and we have done the classification of diseases, how many types of disease it can be, and the first part we were discussing about the communicable diseases or the infectious diseases which can be caused from one person to the another person, maybe directly or maybe indirectly, right? So in that one we have done some more diseases, like we have done typhoid, pneumonia, all bacterial diseases. We have done the protozoan disease, we have done viral diseases, right? So in the protozoan diseases, that one disease which is left here, that is the malaria. So today we will discuss about this protozoan disease, that is malaria. Now students, that this protozoan disease, okay, or the malaria caused by the protozoa, and what is the name of this protozoa? It is a Plasmodium species. What is it? Plasmodium species. And this malaria can be of different types. Okay, it can be having different species of the plasmodium, like Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, and Plasmodium falciparum. And but out of these one, the most fatal one and the most we can say infectious one, it is the this Plasmodium falciparum, and it is also known as the malignant malaria. Why? Because it is the deadlier one, or we can say fatal one for the human being, right? So here we will understand that how this malaria caused in human beings, and what is that thing which is taking this infection or the parasite from one individual to the other. But here, if you will talk about this malaria, this disease is caused by the vector, that is female Anopheles mosquito. So no one other human being is responsible for that. So who is responsible here? The female Anopheles mosquito. When this mosquito bites the healthy person, okay, so what it is doing, it is bringing that parasite in their mouth, and when it is biting or when it bites to the person get infected with the malaria parasite, right? So how this disease is causing, how the whole life cycle is going on, so one by one, step by step, we will understand it. Okay, so same thing I have written here. What is happening in this disease? There will be the transfer of the sporozoite. What is it? What you have to understand, or what you have to memorize here? Sporozoites. The sporozoites, it is present in the mouth or the salivary gland of the Anopheles mosquito when it bites to the human being. So what it is giving? It is giving the sporozoites. Okay, so life cycle, if we will talk about the life cycle, which is given in your NCERT also. So if you will go through the diagram there, so some diagram with the text it is given, so we will understand that how this life cycle goes on. Okay, so first of all, this mosquito bites the human being, and while he bites, biting by the mosquito, what it is doing? It is giving the sporozoite, because sporozoite is present in the salivary gland of the mosquito. So during that time, it is injecting this sporozoites with the bite. The first thing it is happening here. Now onwards, what happens there? That the parasite, as I have said, what is parasites? Parasite is present in the organisms, okay. It may be ectoparasite or it may be endoparasite. So this parasite is taking nutrition and affecting to the person, okay. So what it is doing? This sporozoite is what? It is a parasite which is affecting to the person, and this sporozoite, while biting the person, what will happen? This sporozoite will reach to the liver cells. Where it will reach? It will reach to the liver, or in liver, if we will talk about the liver. If we'll talk about the liver, so in liver also there are having some cells, and the cells which are present in the liver, it is known as hepatocytes. What you will call hepatocytes, sites related to some cells, and hepato related to liver. Whenever we are talking about the liver in the biology, it means that hepatic. Okay. So this parasite will reach where? Into the liver, and in liver hepatocyte cells are there, and it is infecting these cells. What it is doing? It is infecting the hepatocytes. As a result, what will happen? There will be some changes takes place, and this sporozoites, in this sporozoites, what will happen? There will be formation of schizozoant. Okay, what you will call schizozoant, and in this schizozoant, these schizozoants are present where? In this liver, and this schizozoant will transform into the merozoites. Okay, what you have to learn? This schizozoant will transform into mesoid, and how it will take place? It takes place with the help of the schizogony. What is that process name? Schizogony. Okay. One thing more I want to explain here, that whenever we are talking about this malaria disease or this parasites, so it is completing its life cycle in two hosts. Okay, it is a digenetic. What it is? It is a digenetic because it is completing its life cycle in human being as well as in mosquito. Okay, and if we will talk about this thing, the two hosts, one host will be the primary host. One host will be the primary host, and another one will be the secondary host. Okay, one will be the primary host and another one will be the secondary host, and the human beings are the secondary host. Okay, why secondary host? Because the asexual reproduction takes place in the mosquito, while the sexual reproduction takes place in the mosquito. Right. So if we'll talk about the human beings, as this sporozoite will reach into the liver, and in liver it will form the schizozoant, and with the help of the asexual reproduction, schizogon is what? It is the asexual mode of reproduction. During this mode of reproduction, there will be multiple fission of this part. Okay, and due to that, what will happen? There will be form of merozoites. That much is clear. Now up to here, when these will form merozoite, what will happen? It will reach into where? Into the red blood cells. When it will reach into the red blood cells. Okay, RBC is also a cell. If you will talk about the cells, what it is? A biconcave. Okay, it is a biconcave structure. So as it will reach into the RBC from the liver, as I have written here, parasite reproduce asexually. So how it is reproducing? Asexually with the help of multiple fusion, and after that what it is doing? It is bursting the cells of the liver. Okay, it is bursting the cell of the liver, and with the help of blood it will reach into the RBC. Right. Now in RBC, what happens that again there will be some more asexual reproduction, and again written here, parasites reproduce asexually in RBCs also, and after that what will happen? In the RBC, this merozoite again changes. This will again changes, and what they are forming here? They are forming some cells or the sporozoites. Okay, and due to that, this RBC cell will get ruptured. What will happen? The RBC cell will get ruptured. Along with the RBC cell, as hemoglobin is present here, so hemoglobin also get rupture, and due to that, what will happen? It will release hemozoin. It will release hemozoin, and due to the release of this hemozoin, what happens? There will be fever in the person. Okay, so this hemozoin is responsible for causing malaria fever in the person. Right, and due to that there will be some fever as well as chilling also. Okay, shivering of body. All this is happening. Why? Due to the hemozoin while breaking down of the RBC. That much is there. So now as I have written, and causing the fever, and symptoms are being, you can observe there. So when the parasite enters into the liver, there will be no symptoms. Okay, it will not show any symptom. As soon as it will reach into the RBC and it will break the RBC, bursting out the cell and releasing the hemozoin, then it will show the symptoms in the individual. Right here. So the released parasite infect new RBC. So the parasite which is infecting this RBC again, so as it is multiplying itself, so it is infecting more and more RBC. Okay, so now what it will form? It will form the trophozoite. What is the structure of trophozoite? It will just like a vacuole-like structure. It is shown in your book also. So at one side nucleus will be there, and what it will do? It will change into the schizont, and ultimately there will be schizogony, which will give rise to merozoites. Okay, and after that there will be formation of gametes. What there will be? Formation of gametes from this trophozoite. Okay, so we can say that these RBC gets multiply and it is forming the gametocyte, and we know that gametocyte is what? Having the gamete, but these gamete will not fuse inside the human being. That's why we are saying that we are the secondary host, right? So what will happen when these mosquito, okay, when this mosquito again bites the individual, what will happen? This gametes, these so many gametes will enter inside the mosquito, and where it will move? It will move in the midgut of the mosquito. Okay, so when these gametocytes, or when these gametes enter into the female Anopheles mosquito, or we can say the midgut of the mosquito, there will be fertilization takes place. Okay, there will be fertilization takes place, and due to this fertilization, what will happen? It will form the again sporozoites. Okay, now these sporozoites can matured, and we said these sporozoites always and always present in the salivary glands of the mosquito. Okay, so next step, the female mosquito takes this gametocyte inside it. Okay, and after that fertilization and development takes place itself inside the mosquito's gut or the stomach. Okay, now from here, from the midgut or from the stomach, it will move towards the mouth where salivary glands are present, and these sporozoite is escape from the intestine and migrate where? Into the salivary gland of the mosquito. And again when this mosquito will bite the healthy person, the person get infected with the same sporozoite. So like this life cycle goes on, and they are infecting the person. Okay, now symptoms, we know that about symptoms of the malaria. The person get fever, chilling, or the high fever. So this type of condition you can see in the malaria. Now the drug which we are prescribing for the malaria, that is quinine. The composition can be quinine and the chloroquine, right? And what are the safety measures? The safety measures that we have to be in very hygiene place. It should be sanitized properly, and they have to use the mosquito nets. Okay, there should be no collected water nearby, so because they are giving rise to the eggs of the mosquito. So like this we have to maintain our society, and we have to maintain our other surroundings, so that we people can live in a good healthy way. Okay, there should be no discomfort, no disease. Okay, so now we have completed the third one also, the protozoan disease, malaria, right? And now in this one, what is very very important? The important thing is that we have to understand the sporozoite first. Okay, and then what it is infecting? Second thing, it is infecting the liver, then it is infecting the RBC, and ultimately there will be rupture of this RBC cells, and it will give rise to hemozoin. So these much terms are very very important from the examination point of view. So now another category of the disease, of the communicable one or the infection one, that is the fungal disease. Okay, so in this fungal disease, we can discuss it how this disease is causing to the another person. So infection which is causing here with the help of the infected person. If you are in contact with any infected person or the soil which is present and you get hit there, okay, so due to that what will happen, the fungus which is present in that soil, it will come into your body. So like this infection is infecting from one person to another person, right? And what is the favorable condition of the fungal? Heat and moisture. If it will get heat and moisture both, so the multiplication of this fungal will be more. So we can say the heat and moisture help them to grow in the regions. And we know that in our fingers or the folding areas of our body, like fingers of or the fingers of our toes, what is there, that there will be some moisture and there will be some heat, and due to this there will be formation of some fungal diseases. That's why you must have seen in the rainy areas when you are going outside, so there will be more chances of these fungal diseases, right? Now, what can be the symptoms? Have you seen that ring-like structure? Okay, we are saying that disease ringworm. What is that ringworm? It is not any worm. So it is the appearance. If the skin will get dry or lesions will be there, so what will happen? It will form some white structure, patchy structure. What you will call ringworm. Okay, so this ringworm is nothing. It's a fungal disease which caused by the fungal one. Okay, so that much is there. And another category is the helminth disease. Now we have done this helminth in the animal kingdom chapter also. Okay, as helminthus, platyhelminthes, but here we are talking about the helminth diseases. What are the diseases caused by the helminth? So two examples we have mentioned here, that is Ascariasis and another one is the filariasis. So Ascariasis is what? The disease caused by the ascaris. We have done about the ascaris, which is present in the stomach, and we can see the sexual dimorphism in the ascaris, male ascaris as well as the female ascaris. So here this ascaris is what type of disease? It caused the intestine. Okay, so we can say it is a intestinal endoparasite, means this type of parasite present inside the body and it is affecting the intestine. Okay, when it is affecting the intestine, what will happen? There will be some problem in the stomach. People were not able to digest properly. There will be some nauseatic problem. So many things can be caused by this ascariasis, right? And some of the example is that Ascaris lumbricoides. Okay, Ascaris lumbricoides is what? The common name is roundworm, which is present in the stomach. Okay, mostly you can see that in the children's. They are more affected with this ascaris. Okay, when these type of will be more, what will happen? There will be severe condition. So in this one, the egg of the parasite, means the eggs of these Ascaris lumbricoides, when excreted along with the feces. Okay, the feces, or we can say the poop done by the infected person, if it will be in contact with any of the food. Okay, if any infected person have its poop or the, we can say the feces, so the eggs which is of Ascaris lumbricoides, it get in contact with the food or the water, any plant. Okay, when they will be in contact with the plant, and after that when we will have or when we will eat that food or when we will drink that water which is contaminated with the eggs of the parasite, what will happen? It will give rise to this diseases. Okay, so that's why we have written that it can contaminate water also, it can contaminate soil or any plant, and this infection reaches to the healthy person through this contaminated vegetables which we are getting from the plants, the fruits which we are getting from the plants, and the water sources, and from that water sources we are drinking it. So we can also get affected by this ascaris. Right, and in this egg which gives rise to the larva, and this larva can be spread into our body and it is forming so many ascaris inside the body, right? Now, what can be the symptoms? It can be the abdominal pain, because whatever the disease is related to our stomach, so it is causing some pain in our abdomen, or indigestion will be there, no proper absorption, no proper metabolic activity will take place. So due to that, muscular pain, fever, and there will be blockage of the intestinal passage also. So these are the common symptoms which can be caused due to the ascaris, right? Then another one disease, filariasis. Filariasis, also known as elephantiasis. Now again, this disease is an example of the helminth disease. In this disease, what will be the causing agent? Wuchereria. Okay, Wuchereria species will be there, which is also known as the filarial worm. So the species can be Bancrofti, or it can be the Malloy. Okay, so two species of the Wuchereria is there, which can cause which disease? Elephantiasis disease. And in this disease, what happens? The chronic inflammation. What is the meaning of chronic? It means for the lifelong there will be swelling in the part, or in the organs of the body. And you must have seen examples, or you must have seen the pictures in your book also, okay, or somewhere else, that the body or the limbs or the lower limbs of the body get swollen. Okay, and this swelling of this limbs, what is happening? It may be show like the very elephant like structure, or elephant. That's why what disease is causing? Elephantiasis disease, and it is also known as elephant foot. Okay, foot will form like an elephant. It means that very heavy. Okay, due to the swelling. So what is there? The genital organs of the person also get infected, as well as the lymph vessels of the person affected, and due to this, swelling takes place, and the disease caused is elephantiasis. Now, how this disease is causing from one to another one? Here another vector is there. Okay, vector is there which is causing or spreading this disease, which is known as Culex mosquito. Okay, now you have to understand this one. You have to memorize this mosquito. What is that? Culex mosquito, which is the female one. It is having that it is transferring the filariasis from one to another one, right? So now today we have completed our whole topic of the classification of diseases. So from the next one we will start another topic. That's all for today. Thank you.